Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today I want to talk about a little fun thing. A little thing that went under the radar with an update that I don't think was even in update notes. But I found it, and I told my guild about Kinship Fellowship. Okay, sorry, I'm getting confused on things here. In this game, in RiseToWar, this mobile phone game, the guilds are called fellowships, but in Lord of the Rings Online that I play, the guilds are called kinships. All right, moving on. So the little special thing that I found, all right, is actually an update to Gimli's skill, okay? This was kind of unexpected. I did not see this. One day I'm going through, okay, everything's normal. They did some fresh new little visual updates, by the way, which are very nice. We'll talk about that here. But you cleaned up some stuff with how they did the top here. They put these little things that tell you what they do up here at the top. Pretty much everything Gimli does is damage, right? And if you remember, Lockbearer was a heal or defensive thing, right? For your units, right? That's what it used to be. Well, now it's defense reduction for 3 enemy formations. And then at level 5, it gives you plus 6% melee unit damage dealt to melee units from Gimli. And he gets, at level 10, he gets plus 5 attack. Completely redone ability. Not even put in the notes. Just like, what? When did you do this? I mean, I love it. Now, Jethros, you all know Reverend Jethros from the channel, or that comes on sometimes as a guest. He made a joke. He's like, they probably did this just for you, Zollin, just for Voice of the Rings. Because they know I use Gimli so extremely. Like, I use Gimli over Dane, right? I use Dane too. But, like, people are always like, why don't you just use Dane? Because I'm like, because Gimli's really good. And by the way, I get better numbers out of Gimli than Dane and Bjorn. Oh, what? Yes, I do. I've gotten some crazy numbers with Gimli in the past. It's because he's got some special things that they can't do, okay? That's the reason. He's got, anyway, it's pretty cool. So anyway, he has this new thing, which I'm really, really excited. Now again, Zenith level Dane, Bjorn, they may still, on average, do slightly more damage than Gimli. And they should, because they're technically higher level commanders. Let's just preface that real quick. But I did the other day get on Gimli without his troops. He hit for almost 150,000 in his squad. This is for 2.0 on Gimli. Just Gimli. Not talking about his troops. His troops did like another 20,000. So his squad, right, in the message, did a full chunk. Now I don't have it because this is a while ago when I did this to show you the report. But just for an example, real quick, see how these squads do a certain amount of damage. Mind you, when I did that damage, he was also level 42. Okay, this whole group was level 42. It was the same group. It was last season. But Gimli's squad, right here, see how it says 31,000 right here? It said 170, I think, 2,000 damage the squad did. And when I looked at the report, Gimli had 146, almost 148,000 damage, and the squad had another, like, almost 20,000. They were Eagles at the time for that report. And I was like, what? And not to mention, by the way, Dane still had a bunch of damage, too, and it was kind of crazy, right? And I think I just got the perfect fight. The guy was level 47, 48, his group, and I just annihilated him. I destroyed him. He lost. He had good gear, too. He had really good gear. And he had, like, a Zenith level Dane on his team. And I just murked him, I think is the term. Just, boom, dead. Killed him, like, the first 3 rounds. And I must have been Gimli. Gimli must have just got real lucky. And he got all the right debuffs with Sauron and Gandalf buffing him. And he just blew him up, right? And that was crazy, because I rarely see a Bjorn even full gold, everything, and item Zenith level do that kind of damage. Okay, granted, my Gimli is a monstrous Kraken, but he's my strongest character I have. Okay, so again, and I do plan on getting my Dane stronger. I'm trying, as you can see, but I only can go so fast. I'm more of a Dolphin account in my feeling. There's only so much I'm willing to spend on the game, right? I love the game, but I don't have infinite resources, right? I have to pay for food and all that kind of other stuff. So I have to be very good with my finances. But it was very exciting, though, to see that new update on Gimli, to see him just absolutely crush. And then also this awesome update with Lockbearer, dude. Like, I'm more stoked than anything to get him up to level 50, where I can get him, 10, 5, and 5 or something with these setups. I think that's what I'll try to do. But I was trying this for a while to see how this felt. But I may actually do this one with the stacking instead. Flip it around. But yeah, if you're a Gimly fan in RiseToWar, and again, I think it's funny that Jethros said, I think they did that just for you, Voice of the Rings. Because it's such a weird update. Granted, it just was it basically was just a massive buff to Gimli. And no, they didn't nerf anything. I looked at all the stats. They're the same. When you max them out, they're all still the same. So he didn't even get any nerfs. They basically just got rid of the thing that gave health and whatever. Gave him a reduction. You can take the defense of 3 formations down. It's really cool. And then these buffs later. It's pretty cool. So I just thought it was a really good, really cool little update there that they did for Gimli. And I looked around. They didn't do it for anyone else. I looked at all the dwarves to see maybe did they change the Iron Hilt? Nope, they didn't change that. Did they change any of the other dwarves? Did they change musician? Nope. Did they? Nope. Nope. I went through and checked everybody, saying, is there updates to a bunch of characters? Nope. Just give Gimli a little extra seasoning there, make him a little stronger. So anyway, I'm a happy camper. So anyway, thanks to the dev team. If that was for me, I obviously don't think it was, but I mean, I'm happy. You made me happy. I like it when my Gimli gets buffs. So anyway, I think Gimli is definitely an S tier commander in this game. If you have good gear on him, obviously. He's still quite decent if you are a free-to-play player and you just have purple gear on him. He smacks. Him and Dane are both good, and he's a level 2 commander, so he's quite easy to get, right? And of course, now we've changed the names of the commanders, so technically, Gimli does not start as a mythic commander. I obviously have ascended him. He starts as the legendary, right? Yeah, legendary. So he starts as a legendary commander, which, since we changed the colors a little bit, it used to be the purple. Anyway, moving on. We're not going to go into that. Hopefully everyone knows that by now. I should probably do a guide video for you guys on that, just in case, for newer players who might be confused if they joined right before 2.0 and then it changed entirely. I'm sure that was very confusing for those people. It was confusing for me as a longtime player. But again, very, very excited about that update. Thank you for watching. Thanks to my patrons for their support. Subscribing's there if you want to see more RiseToWar. I do try to plan to do more combat RiseToWar stuff. It's really hard sometimes to sit down and catch a good battle in RiseToWar. With a lot of stuff going on. But if we, I'll try to get some more, taking forts or something in the future. I'll do my best to try to get to some of those. I may have to record it with my phone instead of the computer. But it still records pretty nicely. So anyway, have a great day in Middle-earth, and I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Barukazan Kuzan, I'm Zollin Ironshield, and I'm always your host and guide. And I'll see you in the next one.